On the steps of City Hall, parents, students, and teachers rally together for one cause: education.
We have facilities that are falling apart.
You know, Richmond City is old, and the schools are old, and they show it.
There is mold and cockroaches and mice running around the school.
It came as no surprise, this was not the first problem with school funding.
The Save Our Schools was another thing. It was the underfunded.
6 or 7 years ago.
It was 6 or 7 years, yeah, and we marched on the Capitol.
A quick search of the internet would reveal more proof of neglect dating back years.
Formaldehyde was the last thing that we found. Yes, they said you can find that anyway. But who want to send their child into a room with formaldehyde?
Over time, the schools got much worse. The public was fed up. From mocking the school district online to the students themselves walking out in protest. Tiffany Small tells us what it was like to teach in one of the schools.
It is extremely discouraging when you already have these children who, they need attention, they need love, and they're coming in with so much baggage. And then you give them this environment where it's showing that you don't care, that they're not cared about. They're not even cared about enough to sweep up dead roaches.
Back in 2015, after nearly a year's worth of work, the Richmond School Board Facilities Task Force revealed its long-awaited assessment of the city schools. The report was so big, copies of it had to be brought in on a pallet. It called for up to $645 million in capital improvements to Richmond schools. The schools have been called the worst in the country. Not surprisingly, Richmond public schools also have the worst graduation rate in the entire state.
When you have high schools that send more kids to prison than they graduate kids from college, it's time for a radical change.
Currently, the city government has set aside $18 million as a band-aid to fix up the schools. However, as of now, red tape surrounds it, and it sits untouched.
The ceiling tile had become saturated with water and so heavy, and this fell on the students, and the students' parents complained.
Benjamin Franklin said, "An investment in knowledge always pays the best interest." Here at City Hall, the students, teachers, parents, and even the dog gets it. However, as we've seen in the past, that may not be enough. Reporting for TheBlaze in Richmond, Virginia, I'm Michael Mason.